So it seems like there's been a little bit more of a situation going on with the whole Sinder drama. Now, this is more to do with another VTuber that was actually involved in this, being ShyLily. Now, ShyLily has actually been doing absolutely amazingly ever since, this drama even happened. As I said, a lot of the VTubers that got involved have seen a huge boost in their Twitch numbers, have seen a huge boost in their followers and everything like that, which is great to see, as, a lot of them were very heavily affected by Sinder and a lot of manipulation and just everything under that. Now, obviously, here's a post from ShyLily literally just yesterday, I'm pretty sure, talking about the fact that she hit 900,000 followers over on Twitter, which is absolutely amazing to see. And obviously, tons of people are super happy for her with it being like 19,000 likes, 216,000 views. Obviously, Bao, Numi, all these people showing their support for ShyLily, obviously, because they've had a pretty terrible time recently. Now, it seems like some people are now digging up old clips about ShyLily and trying to go after her due to the fact of her literally calling out Sinder's behavior. Now, I think this is just kind of wrong. I feel like, yes, there are some bad clips out there from a while ago, but honestly, I don't think it even proves that much. And I just wanted to go through it, show you guys, what it actually was and what these people are saying, and just kind of break it down for you. So this was a kind of a tweet from Sparky's Tech Corner. Now, just to mention, I did a little bit of a look at their page. They've got like 1,000 followers over on Twitter, and it seems like, they tweet quite a lot. And, whenever someone tweets quite a lot, I always think that maybe something isn't right, because again, they tweet a lot, like not just like a couple tweets a day, like a lot of tweets a day, 9 hours, 10 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 hours. You can see, how, often they tweet, me personally, I tweet like twice a day, maybe, if that, and I feel like sometimes it doesn't really help your case whenever you're tweeting so much and skittering out. And I feel like, yeah, it wasn't exactly accepted by the community, this, and I don't think it should be, because obviously they say, what did Lily say about Sinder and her boyfriend again? Something, should know everything your other half does. Also, FY, that's data espionage in Germany. Just saying, Lily installed a keylogger on her cheating boyfriend's computer. Now, this is the clip. This is over on Onigiri's channel. This is 2 years old, by the way. Just to point this out, this is 2 years old. They're digging up 2-year-old clips of ShyLily.
The clingy, jealous type, or are you the type where it's just like, you can do whatever you want?
Okay, I used to be, not even kidding, crazy jealous. Next level, crazy jealous. I was so insecure. I used to be so jealous. But that is, I stopped being on birth control and my whole life changed. I swear, I did a 180 in personality so hard. Suddenly, I become relaxed. I trust you, and if something happens, trust me. At some point or another, I'll probably find out without having to fucking stalk you and question everything you do. I trust until proven otherwise.
I love how the birth control made Lily less toxic.
So for real,
or more confident.
Stalker, jealous. I installed a keylogger on my ex-boyfriend's PC to prove that he was cheating on me. I used to be that bitch.
Oh, well, actually, did he though? I mean,
he did, yes, twice.
Okay, then that's also a little bit on him, right? That he made you.
I mean, I guess, but still, that's crazy. He gave me his laptop because apparently it didn't work, and I was like, well, just reinstall Windows. He gave me his laptop overnight, and I was like, ooh.
Like, ooh, the power. Ooh,
the power
I could be doing in here.
I set up the keylogger to send me an email once at the end of the day. Like, a keylogger quite literally just tells you what keys have been pressed in what order. And so when he was
So again, as you can see here, you can see that, she does admit to the fact that she actually installed a keylogger on her cheating ex-boyfriend's computer. Now, that is pretty crazy behavior, and obviously ShyLily even says that in the video, saying that, obviously she was pretty crazy, and that this didn't really fix anything until she was on, like, birth control, and things kind of mellowed out a little bit, and she did have, like, a period where she was pretty crazy. Now, obviously, we can go down to some of the comments here. One of them saying, just wanted to point out, but Lily is clearly not advocating for what she did. She even said clearly that she used to be crazy jealous and that she used to be that bitch. And then when Oni said, well, if he was cheating, Lily jumped in to correct her and said, I guess, but that was still crazy. So there's no need to either be on her side or condemn her, because she told the story in the context of it being ridiculous and extreme. So we should just be able to laugh at a funny anecdote now, which I definitely do think, is a way that you should be kind of hearing the situation. Now, obviously, yeah, people are digging this up from 2 years ago and making a massive big deal out of it, when even Lily herself admits that it was a very kind of, wrong thing to do. And I mean, this has been out for 2 years. This isn't like unknown information that is going to expose them for everything. She's fully admitted to it. She's fully said, yeah, I was crazy back then, which is something that, maybe Sinder needs to do as well. I'm not saying that she's crazy, but I feel like she does need to take more, more accountability, like Lily has done here, for her actions. She said, yeah, I'm crazy. Yeah, it was wrong. Stuff like that. Whereas whenever we saw Sinder's apology, a lot of it was, yeah, it was mainly Redacted's fault. Don't blame me. It's Redacted's fault. It's Redacted's fault. I did a little bit, but it's Redacted's fault. And, I feel like people just need to take a little bit more accountability whenever it comes to this kind of stuff. And people trying to turn this on Lily in some kind of way, it's just so dumb. I feel like Lily has been doing absolutely amazing recently. And, there's probably even more clips out there that maybe are similar to this that, people are now digging up, trying to find anything they can to kind of cancel it. Because obviously a lot of Sinder fans out there who are still Sinder fans want to find some way of also bringing down ShyLily, because if they bring down their favorite VTuber, then they're going to bring down the other one with them. And obviously this got 118 likes out of 6,000 views, which usually isn't a good sign. Obviously people said, I thought you said you were done with the whole Sinder thing, but more evidence keeps coming out. They said, I'm done unless relevant info comes out. I think this is relevant. I don't think it's relevant at all. I feel like, yeah, obviously, installing a keylogger onto someone's computer is pretty crazy, but at the same time, this is a 2-year-old clip. If this was a clip from like last week, then sure, maybe you can bring it up. But again, it's just bringing up really, really old posts, which I think is just, kind of messed up. It's just kind of, unhinged. They say, was Lily's boyfriend at the time her representative business partner that she trusted to operate her business, which also is another factor. Obviously, they tried to bring this in with the whole point of like, oh, you were saying that Sinder and her boyfriend should be talking all the time about stuff. Again, I just don't think that's the point here. Obviously, yeah, they said like in this tweet, what did Lily say about Sinder and her boyfriend again? Something, they should know everything your other half does. Now, I'm not saying, they should know everything your other half does, but they should at least know a pretty large amount of it. And they should at least know, especially if you're business partners as well, you should know what the other person is doing, regardless of whether you're with them or not. You should know what they're getting up to and what they're saying to these people. They say the fact that you're asking this, that's dumb. The claim since Sinder was in a relationship with Red, she should know everything that's happened, not the other way around. Also remember, Bao also got scammed by a manager, not in a relationship. It's like everyone wants to look the other, it looks like everyone wants to look the other way and only go, but Sinder, no. Lily wants moral grandstand but commits computer crimes and everyone just looks the other way. They say their claim is that they know how Sinder/Red operate and that it's a joint unit. Bao's manager that scammed her was not a boyfriend that lives with her and with Lily. It's not moral grandstanding. You found a clip from years ago of behavior from whenever she was younger that she regrets, which I definitely do think is true. They say, the Sinder did no wrong. I need to blame this on Lily Gang is taking more drugs, which I think, yeah, is pretty crazy. I feel like people are now just trying to pull at every straw they can to just blame it on ShyLily and to blame it on other people when, the only person we should be blaming this entire thing on is Sinder. They're coping, it's very obvious cope. It's one of these things where they're like, oh, well, Sinder did something wrong. Well, they did something wrong too. It's like, that's not the point. That's not what we're talking about here. Obviously there can be separate cases where you can dig up some kind of evidence about someone and say, hey, I don't believe in this. But whenever it comes to comparing it to the Sinder situation and everything like that, it's just like, you're obviously doing this to make the other person look bad rather than actually going into the problem itself, which is what has happened with Sinder herself, And the whole ShyLily stuff, if there is more evidence of some pretty bad behavior going on there, then yeah, maybe bring that up in a separate kind of, instance. But obviously, in this tweet here, they bring up the fact about Sinder and her boyfriend, meaning that they are tying it in with the situation. It's just kind of crazy. And as I said, this person, looking through their account, they tweet an awful lot. So I feel like, they've been doing a lot of digging on this kind of stuff. And to find a 2-year clip, it's just kind of unhinged. I'm going to be honest. It's just a little bit weird. But at the same time, I don't know. It's just weird, and it obviously seems like a lot of people are just going after ShyLily now, just for the fact that, she called out Sinder and she called out some wrongdoing in the community. And obviously, yeah, some Sinder fans are not happy with that. But yeah, that's pretty much everything in this video. I thought it was kind of crazy. Obviously, ShyLily is doing absolutely amazingly, and hopefully she grows even more because, again, everything seems to be going up on a massive upward trajectory for all of them, including other people as well, like Spite, Silverveil, all those other people involved. So it's really great to see. And yeah, I'll definitely keep you guys up to date if there is anything else or if anything gets responded to, because it is a very, very interesting situation. But yeah, that's about all I got. And I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.